So today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I do a stipple finish on sand cement render. So I've been doing a stipple finish now for probably close to 20 years with my dad, and we've always used the same sort of brush. In fact, the brush that I'm going to be using is probably about 15 years old. We've just taken really good care of it. So let's start with the basics. So I've already put a scratch coat on with waterproofer. So I'm just going to wet the wall down and we're going to see what the suction's going to be like. Now, suction is a big part to play when you're doing a stipple finish, because if you have suction, what's going to happen is the sand cement's going to pull in quicker and you're not going to be able to get a consistent pattern all the way through. So I'm just going to wet down the walls with a flat brush. I'd normally use a sprayer, but I'd left my sprayer at home. So we know it is staying really nice because I'm just giving it a quick wet. Don't know if you can see how well it is staying wet there now. So the waterproof is doing its job. You can just see it's holding really well. So I'll be able to just chuck this whole panel on, and then I'll be able to come back and give it its stipple then. Right guys, so this is all on now. It's still really wet. So when it comes to stippling, I've had this brush for years. You do need to keep cleaning it, but it's best if it's not completely wet. So you've got to try and get some of the moisture out of it before stippling, otherwise the water's just going to drip down. So if this was wetter, you'd get like little drips of water coming out of it. So you just want to try and always try and start at the top. Keep your brush moving, never keep it completely like that, because that's not the finish you want. So you just constantly moving the stuff. This is one of the main reasons why you don't need to get this super flat, because if you can just see here, I'm actually moving the stuff as I'm going along. So I'll lift this bit off in a minute with my trowel, but you're just sort of compressing it in, but you just want to make sure you're keeping in the same motion all the way through. Just get rid of that, and then you just keep stippling again. And you're just constantly looking to see if there's any bumps. So with this sort of finish, you are constantly looking at it, looking for any imperfections, like bumps. But there's no point in leveling this, because you'll be moving the stuff with your flat brush as well. So really, this brush is doing all the work for you in terms of the leveling out. And if you have any thick bits, you need to take them off straight away. So that's roughly the finish. Now what I'll do now, I'll put you on the time-lapse over there and I'll get this all stippled. Right guys, so that is my stipple. So this stipple is the one that I've learnt from my dad, there are quite a few different types of method for stippling a render finish, and it can range from just using different types of flat brushes to you can actually put a bag on top of your flat brush to give it a different finish. There's lots of different ways of doing it, so you can experiment with a finish like this, but the most important is that you can have a uniform finish all the way through, because you don't want to have any patchiness. Right guys, thank you very much for watching my video. If you found any of this information useful, please give the video a like and maybe drop a comment in if you've got any questions that you want to ask. I drop videos every Tuesday, and if you have any questions that you want to leave, you can leave them in the comments below as well. Right, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on my next video. Bye guys.